태권도는 그 목표를
The objectives of Taekwondo are to cultivate character, to trim and slim the body, to bring out one's strong strengths, to display graceful techniques, and to cultivate one's mind. Thus, Taekwondo may be considered to be a part of our life, like breathing and thinking. Therefore, today, Taekwondo is spread worldwide since it was created 41 years ago. The entire fruits of my study were published in an encyclopedia in 1983. Now, we have put the encyclopedia on CD-ROM. I am convinced that if you use this CD-ROM along with your Dojang training, you will be able to master the techniques of Taekwondo scientifically and easily. As the founder of Taekwondo, I would like to express my sincere thanks to those who are responsible for this production. Thank you very much. As a child, I was very stubborn. For example, my older brother, although he was only 2 years older than me, he was much bigger and stronger. So when we were playing and get into a fight, and since I was no match in strength, I would cry, even if it took all day, until finally he was left with no option but to beg me for forgiveness. This was an example of how stubborn I could be. Once I start something, I never give up in the middle. I'm still like that. For example, when there is a patch of weeds in the corner of the garden that I want to cut, I would end up weeding the whole garden, because that is my character. I never give up what I started. As mentioned in the Taekwondo encyclopedia, and when I advise the instructors, I tell them that regardless of the size of an endeavor, whether it be small or large, one must finish what they start. I guess this mindset is what made it possible for me to complete making Taekwondo.
그때 시절에는 지금과 달라서 서도와 글, 시 이 두 가지만 하면 인간이 출세할 수 있다 하는 이런 시절이었다.
When I was a boy, if one studied calligraphy and poetry, one could become successful. So my father was always thinking about how he could have his children learn calligraphy. This thought was in his mind day and night. There was a calligraphy teacher called Hwa-Rang in our town. My father asked him to teach me calligraphy, and Hwa-Rang agreed to do so, since he was our neighbor. Hwa-Rang wrote me a sample and told me to try to copy it. I only copied one line, and as soon as I finished copying, he told me that I had potential. My father's really pleased reaction at that moment is still even now live in my memory. My father asked the teacher, "How do you know by looking at one writing?" There was only one chance to impress him. That was his way. From there on, my father decided to let me learn calligraphy. If it wasn't for calligraphy, it would not have been possible for me to write in Chinese characters. And through Chinese characters, I understood what Oriental moral culture was. Therefore, through calligraphy, I was able to infuse Taekwondo with moral culture.
본래 나는 그 어릴 때 그
When I was a child, I was naturally talented in singing, and I was awarded with the first grade at the school. When there were school recitals, I always participated in them. Whenever there was a school recital, my teacher made a fuss over me by giving me eggs and treating me warmly. I love singing. I entered the musical contest several times and wanted to become a singer. How could I improve my vocal cords? At that time, no one knew about vocalization in our town. So people said that if I screamed until the blood came out of my throat, then my vocal cords would be improved. It was said that I should scream with a wave of the East Sea. So I did that. And also I went into a pine grove and screamed continuously like a crazy person. I actually did bleed. Consequently, that exercise became useful in Taekwondo, because if I did not use a loud voice, it was hard to be heard. The effect of that exercise was the same as in the army, for I had to use a loud voice in order to give a command. Therefore, perhaps it turned out to be better that we did not know about vocalization at that time.
결국에 마감에 그 6월 10일 날 받아갖고 그 주모자 4사람.
4 leaders were sentenced on June 10th to Pyongyang jail, where a convict who had received over a 6-year sentence was sent. Hang Young Kim, Sung Hwa Park, Do So Lee, and I, all 4 of us, went into 4 solitary cells. Since it was an individual solitary cell, we had to kneel down, facing the wall. They gave us books to read, but we were not allowed either to turn our head aside or to lie down. If I wanted to go to the washroom, I had to yell for a prison guard. Then the prison guard would look in and tell me to go to the washroom in the corner of the cell while he was watching. We could not move around. After about 5 months of staying in that solitary cell, I found out that General Hang Young Kim was in the next cell. There was a wooden wall between our cells. I stared at one spot for several months and discovered a tiny hole. We invented a code and communicated through this hole with a string taken from the mat about whether we might live or die. When I look back at that time, I saw myself as being the first Korean Edison